Okay, so so our research question was, how do young mothers negotiate the gap between the ideal world and the actual reality of problems? And the reality and the ideal are separated by all these strategies and factors. Now, ideally, that would be like a staircase up to the ideal, but of course it looks more like something like this. It falls apart all the time. And now we're going to try to connect this to a theory. We use Gilbert Simondon, who has written about the margin of indeterminacy. We found this most recently in An Anthropology of the Machine by Michael Fisch, where he describes the commuter train system in Tokyo. Those trains have two types of timetables. One ideal timetable, Kihon Daya, which is a painstakingly calculated, idealized configuration of traffic flow. But that only exists as an ideal. It doesn't exist in reality. So in reality, they have something called Jishi Daya, the actual timetable. There is always a gap between the ideal and the actual timetable. And it is impossible to reach the ideal. The system is even designed that way. So operation beyond capacity in Tokyo's commuter train network depends on maintaining the gap between the two dia, making the gap a central focus of system operators. So that is what's called the margin of indeterminacy by Gilbert Simondon. Now, the mother is a systems operator. She is aware of the gap, or the margin of indeterminacy, and she's also aware that it can't be closed. She can only do her best. So what she does is that she finesses the interval. Just a short quote. To finesse something is to make it work when, logically speaking, it should not. It's about pulling something off against all odds. And so this operating beyond capacity can be seen in many areas. There have been studies on ramen shops, for example, and the intuitive interplay between customers and staff in ramen shops. It's about kuki oyomu, about to read or sense the air. So the mother is also like a customer or staff in a ramen shop. Anyway, we want to end with a suggestion because we want to give back to the community as good anthropologists. To do that, we have used game theory. So this mother even uses the metaphor of mines under her bed. And Mines is also a game by Microsoft. So you shouldn't step on the mines. So she basically describes her night as a game. This is the classic Donkey Kong, some monster throws obstacles at you and you have to jump over them or dodge them in some way. There was also this famous game called, this famous gadget called Tamagotchi, which was about having a gadget pet to try to make it survive. And the thing in game theory is that winning is impossible. You're not supposed to win. That's why there are always zeros before your actual score. A game is about attempting to close the gap to achieve something ideal, but it is impossible. We want to gamify motherhood. What gamification is the application of game design elements and game principles in non-game contexts. What game design for mothers can do is that it shows them that they are not alone, that what they think is their struggle and that they are the first ones to experience this. If we gamify it, they realize that this is what all mothers experience, and you can only try to mitigate it. So it will make them feel less alone, hopefully. And it also creates distance to their own experience. And when they get distance, when they don't feel so much alone, it gives a sense of relief. Gamification has been used to help drug addicts take control of their lives, so maybe it can also help mothers take control of their lives.